gas with the legendary AE casting alongside me. And on the left-hand side, representing for the Soviets, will be Learn to Play Barton. Now, if one man has completed the tutorial over 1,000 times, it is Barton. And he knows exactly what to do with early game Soviets. So without further ado, who would he be up against, Matt?
He's up against a guy that has not even done the tutorial. He's that confident in his own abilities right now because he is, with his teammate Creative Name, he won UTT2, the biggest 2v tournament in the last year. And yeah, they won it quite comfortably in the end because they beat Nagano and Scotch twice, once in the qualification round and once in the grand finals. It was, of course, never comfortable. 2 versus 2 never is, but you know, they won it very well, not losing a single match, so well done to them. Seeking Guy, of course, going for Ostrupen this time. Interesting. This might allow Barton a little bit more protection. Barton, of course, going for the airborne troop tactics that won against Von Ivaned.
Yeah, and weirdly, a bit of a Axis OP bias here, maybe, Matt, but for defensive doctrine, they get community in backwards, whereas airborne troop tactics is a community doctrine. It doesn't get the community rep, so I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
But either way, it is a community against community doctrine, so if nothing else to rage and blame in this tournament mode with the RNG main gun crits, so just got the community to blame instead.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like that, Ed. What a good point. Blame the community. And in this case, we've got Ostrupen holding the line behind several trees against combat engineers in the south, and conscripts which were pushed away, possibly thanks to the MG42 that was helping. I mean, may or may not have helped, maybe fake news. We also have combat engineers that have gone north from Barton, so he seems to be like a hornet's nest that's been poked at. He's very active in the early game of Game 2. We will update the scores, of course, now. It is indeed the ceremonial 2 minutes in updating of the scores from AE. It is indeed Seeking Guy who's 1-0 up in this series.
Yeah, a lot like my rent. Better late than never. But oh well, time goes on. But Seeking has opted for immediate MG42 because with triple Ostrupen, the natural play, the bread and butter of the faction. So yeah, good utilization already of his doctrine. Whereas Barton, you will expect to see, no doubt, some SVTs brought in for his conscripts, and double Pioneer already is a tasty opener map.
And talking of no doubt, he's just got conscripts, and they're doing pretty well so far. My link wasn't great. He's just a girl, but he's just got conscripts. Ed, I didn't even get my own reference there, mate. I'm not going to speak anymore. I don't even know what I'm saying.
No doubt the band. What are we on about? Or
possibly. There's several links we could use.
Worrying time when I don't get your references because
it was a really bad one. That's why.
So where are we going?
First SVT squad's going to be this conscript back down here. It's obviously cost 60 munitions these days, so Barton's going to be left without minesweepers, flamethrowers, and all that jazz. Because that's why he's got to keep the pressure on, Ed. I mean, coming here for me is a lot about. There's many things it's about, but one of those things is pressure. You got to think of yourself as this fighting force that's got to push your opponent in all areas in order to keep control. And if he concedes control, he's going to get mined with tellers like we saw against Von Ivan. It's going to make it harder for him.
Yep, and we've got in the south left corner almost an Omegalore body blocking going on between two Pioneers and a conscript against the Ostrupen. They do get it out in time, but Barton doesn't follow up on the retreat path. Instead, hides in his cover to defend this point. But yeah, man, I think what a contrast to the last game. We're already Seeking, pushing out way further, extending even to the opponent's fuel and taking that. So yeah, what a difference a build makes.
We've got Von Ivan's clanmate Bao Liang and Orange Pest talking in chat. Oh, we are nice bundling over the bushes. Well dodged, however, by Barton. The old dog's got fast reflexes there, yeah. Fast reflexes. The point they were making, though, is how is he going to survive against Tier 2 vehicles? And we have indeed seen light mechanized constructed now. So surely we're going to be seeing the 251 Flamer half-trike. That's what we're all possibly expecting. And the question to Barton is, how is he going to survive this? He doesn't have Tier 2 down.
He needs 18 aids. Oh, I've just found another Easter egg demo as well.
Yeah, it's on the left side, right?
He either goes for 18 aids and tries to hold out with this conscript, get a fast Ziz gun, or instead just Ruffle Stomps and believes in the T70 and tries to get out as quick as possible, or gets a M5 and upgrades it with the AA quad mount. It can fend off a flak half track pretty well. A flame half track, sorry. So he's got the tier 2, so stage 1 complete, but I don't think he's going to get the fuel enough for even a fast quad mount.
We already have the flamethrower upgrading for the 251. He's got these congealed and concealed units right now, but the 251's going to reveal them and burn them to a bloody crisp very shortly. Pressure that's...
we all know secretly Seeking is upgrading with this flame half track, so he doesn't have to pay royalties on this build order to Jibba Jabba Jabba, who opts for an Aimstrong-esque unupgraded half track to reinforce on the front line, but Seeking's not that way inclined. He's going straight for the damage map.
Of course, I am Aimstrong's hype man, and one of those jobs is to try and motivate him to join all the tournaments, even if he gets bullied these days. He used to be the best player in the world, but he's lost a lot of tournaments because he's a King-esque
manager.
I am, yeah. I'm trying to come on, Rocky, you got one more match left in you. Kind of thing. But the thing is I tried to hype him up and said, Aimstrong, do you realise that the build right now for Wehrmacht is your old half-track build you tried in GCS 2 qualifying? And he was like, oh really? They're using that? And he was like so happy. It made him really happy that people were using the half... Well, Jibba Jabba Jabba was using the half-track abuse that we saw Aimstrong use. So it's a nice little tale for you.
But what Aimstrong didn't grasp at that point, I guess, was the power of the Osttypen and how you can rely upon them. So, yeah, it's been a nice little twist to this this patch. But look at that map control now. Completely red, apart from one strategic point that Seeking just frankly doesn't even need to bother capping.
Seeking's he was going to be wildcarded, but his ranks were high enough. He didn't need it, quite frankly. This guy is a hot pick for the tournament, along with the likes of Asher Blar, etc. And those Talamines I was talking about, if you concede pressure, Barton could not afford to, because now 2 Talamines in good positions. However, we do have the Ziz gun hitting the 251. I think this will block shots. He should be fine.
Good first shot there from the Ziz. Squeeze the shot round the corner and over the green cover stone wall, which normally can be a shot blocker. Oh, we've got a Ziz barrage as well. MG42. Look at the soft retreat. Look. Switches to the hard retreat. So I like that. He right clicks to pack up the MG42 quicker and then clicks retreat.
Yeah.
It's a little hot tip for you there, boys and girls.
I'm liking it. We've got Tightrope as a co-commentator all of a sudden. It's very good. Ed's tips and tricks.
I think probably Von Ivan told me.
I think Barton needs to get his mum's credit card right now, because he's playing a tower defense microtransaction game, it would seem, and he's up against Wave 52, and there's a little icon saying, you know, upgrade to get another machine gun, and he just needs
$5 for better hats on your Pioneers.
Yeah, he needs it, because right now he's getting murked by his Samsung S8 CPU.
But look at, we've got 2 tellers already down by Seeking. Probably more that I haven't seen, but just utter dominance. You got a feel for Barton almost. It's the Boomer against the young Zuma.
Oh, 251 punished yet again. And the conscripts now might actually punish the Panzer Grenadiers on retreat. No, they're going to launch in. See a lot of that with Barton. He just changed his mind a bit.
Yeah, I just feel that there's just so much pressure, wave of pressure with this early Austrian build. Just can't cope with it. It's almost like with Soviets, do you still just go clown car and go for an M3 and try and bully some squads that way? I don't know. Clown car does look like it would be very good on this map. But yeah, conscripts. They basically
a little spurt of flame, by the way. You see that little from the 251.
Yeah, just to remind you. It's still here, but it's so close to Vet 1. At Vet 1, it gets to plant a shoe mine for 30 munitions, which is a recent addition to the game in 2020.
I'll tell you one of my more interesting World War II facts. There's millions, isn't there? But one I know is the crocodile squads of the Brits, as they used to go up to a German bunker especially like round Khan and stuff like that. What they would do is they do a wet squirt without the ignited fuel. No, it's literally called a wet squirt. That's what they call it. It's hilarious, I know. But they do it into the bunker through like the inlets, just to say, if you don't surrender, we're going to burn you to death.
Ah, okay. Well,
And then, of course, they'd all surrender.
Like
Yeah. Well, no, they were using an absolute terror weapon of death, Ed. You can't say, oh, they're Brits, they're gents. Well, how lovely of them. They were threatening to burn everybody to death with a mega weapon.
Next time I have to warn future girlfriends with a wet squirt.
Oh, Ed.
But moving swiftly on.
Indeed. You can't talk about the fictional, mate. Anyway, we got the Zisgun under duress from the Panzergrenadiers. They do have low health, but they have enough health to cause the Zisgun problems. We've got the Maxim out of position. The Dushka is trying to go north, but the 251's going to refocus. However, I tell you what, the 251 just ate a Zis round. Now the Dushka's going to put some rounds in.
Oh, but the Zisgun just clipped Panzergren's. Vetu took it out with that extra accuracy. Solid play here from... Because it is very hard to keep a flame half-track alive, so props to Seeking. I know looks like utter easy dominance mode, but it is very hard to exact and maintain this kind of pressure against a top player in Barton. So kudos there. He's even gone for the
dirty
trench. Oh,
that's gross. That makes me sick. I hate trenches and go to.
And no flame for Barton, so
no.
That was there for a while. But now he does have an amazing defensive trench. If he wants to stick some conscripts in it. Yoink.
He has 2 territory points connected right now. He's soon to get 4. He's 3 victory points down, 2 fuels down. The Ostvin's out. He still has the Zisgun, of course, but that's having to battle against the 251 and an Ostwind. It's not great, is it?
Barton's just, looking at his watch. He's like, when is this throw going to happen? Because he got basically gifted a glorious game against Von Ivan. But Seeking is a totally different competitor. Very efficient and very rarely throws. Ooh, but could this be the beginning? As I just jinx it for him.
Oh, we just had a machine gun crew go down,
yep.
Conscripts are looking to try and take it. The 251 dares not go into the wrath of the AT gun. Barton may have initiated Barton mode, which is a phrase I've used in casting before, trust me. He is capable of crazy comebacks, and we have seen... I'm not so sure we're going to see one today. We've already seen one versus Von Ivan earlier, so we've already seen one, basically.
Has he done his quota of the day? But here comes the flame, half-track, and the Austrian at the same time. But there is a second Ziz running towards the front lines. Could catch one of them
needs an
out here.
Ostwind reload here.
Massive retreat.
Oh, he gets
Good
it. The Ostwind reloads, Ed. It had to reload, so that saved so many units there. This could keep Barton in the game for a little while longer thanks to the reload.
Yeah, a triple cap up. Oh, AP ammo on you.
Nice find.
Bye-bye, 251. Seeking will have to save towards P4 now.
Oh, gets him.
Or
gets the Ostwind.
Because his army value is suddenly looking a bit anemic.
Mate, what's going on? Barton's got a bigger army.
Yeah, like I was saying, with that stolen MG42, it's right back in this. But Seeking's map control and triple cap hype, it's going to be a big old long crawl back into this game for Barton.
Before we see this push out, let's check on the stats that got us here. Barton's KD isn't that bad. On the graphs, you can see his army value is resurgent all of a sudden, but points held is still really poor, so he needs to improve that urgently.
Do you think Barton is called Bart?
His real name's Bartholomew.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah,
I
you're
like
right.
the variation.
It's nice, isn't it?
Don't know why I just thought of that now, but well done. But yeah, so as we go on with this game, there's just a Vet2P Gwen. That's kind of like the only anti-infantry prowess for Seeking in terms of infantry for him. He's got an Oststruppen that can, an Ostwind Flak Panzer that can flick away, but yeah, it's just looking a bit squeaky bum time now for
It is, as
Seeking.
Sir Alex Ferguson would used to say. I mean,
Yeah, this
You know,
isn't done
football
yet.
seasons are run in the long haul, though, and that's what makes CoH the superior RTS. It's not like those classic RTSs like StarCraft or indeed Command & Conquer Red Alert Remastered. I tried to cast a game editor, could not find a game over 8 minutes long, and that's a true story. All of the pros, all the games are over 8
They've
minutes.
added in some other units, haven't they? It's not quite the pure old school one, so I think some of the new tech and units
It's all
in that
allies
game-
versus allies with light tanks. It's nothing else. It's all it is.
Yeah,
It's infantry and then some rocket launchers and then light tanks.
It was just like $18 for a bit of a
Oh.
nostalgia trip, to be honest.
pretty
But
much.
back,
Pioneer could be dying. Indeed it does. We've also got the Osvind in peril. Both Ziskuns find it. Will we see an epic overshot? No, he won't. He does escape the veil of fire. Meanwhile, Panzer Grenadiers are on the march, but we've got conscripts and combat engineers checking the balance there. There could be a bundle laid over the hedgerow, but he knows he's been spotted. Barton is resurgent. He's getting 2 victory points back in his control lead.
yep, he's got to watch that left-hand side of the mid lane, Dota-esque style for this map, because those nades over the hedge, especially bundle nades, they can wipe your whole maximum crew if you're not lucky.
Oh, and the little Stuggy that could is out. That's going to help out against these machine guns. Good choice by the Sea King.
Yep, and a rapid bolster to his army value.
Oh, look at that from Barton. He pushes on past the bundle nade. He waited. He did not retreat. Good lad.
Cheeky ass minefield as well from Seeking, so good presence of mind there.
Using his
No
9 and
sweeper from Barton. Big balls mentality.
big shot, but from the Stuggy as well there. Clumped. Maxim, move into it. Oh dear.
Glorious second hit there. Goodbye HP of the models. Does get a chance to retreat though. An MG42 turned against Seeking. Like Brutus of old.
Hey, tell you what, the
still
Stuggy
don't
just
have
ate.
18 nades tech for Barton map.
No,
So he
not
couldn't
quite
get the
yet.
snare on that Stuggy. He really needs to get the snare going because this P4 could cause just so much havoc.
Could, just like his did in that previous game, you know. It's gotten some good shots, but though this is acting as a shot blocker, it's got some rocks at the bottom, it would seem. Look at this push in from bot. There's such congealed support weapons. His Ziskuns are trying to track the target. The fact that he has, as you say, no snares, Ed, but he has a third Ziskun waiting.
He's not even
Mine.
checking. It's a
That's a
debate with
telemine.
the UR.
Oh.
And his P4 is going to get away due to the no snare. That's unfortunate
Yes, indeed.
for Barton. Really needs to get that tech going. I think, yeah, he's finally locked it in now. It's only 10 fuel. You got to go for it. Especially
Yeah.
earlier if you're going conscripts against 251. But he opted for triple AT gun again, Matt. So I don't think it's a meme no longer. It's a legit proper strat from him.
Well, I'll tell you, one of my favourite things about CoH as well is that the old players are still really good. Because it's a game that it's not about fast twitch micro. The micro mechanics of a 28-year-old Polish automation engineer with 9.5 digits, because he lost one last summer. It's still good enough to compete with the youngest and most ferocious and newest kid on the block, Seeking. And he's battling back the hard way against this Stuggy. He's about to take it out of commission.
Boom shakalaka, down it goes. P4's on half HP, and there's only one engineer squad again. Feels Austin, man. Nobody going for double pyros, it seems, in this tournament. I don't know why. One to get a flamethrower, and one to get the sweeper with extra repairs, but
You need
Yep.
it. I don't know why we're not seeing. He's
it's
finally building
painful.
it
Yeah,
now.
he's finally heard us and locked it in, but it's so 18 minutes into a game. Contrast to Barton's build where he had double pioneer straight off the bat, so yeah, it's locked in half of the map now. Getting that Pokemon Ball style
Haha.
going. And he's just got to watch out here. There's triple AT gun threat. I wonder if Seeking will go for Battle Phase 3 and get a Werfer. He does have... He's pretty much got everything he needs out of Tier 3. Stuggy did not work for him. Yeah. Interesting game ahead of us. 400 munitions he could get. He could do sector artillery twice now. Can Seeking.
And the battle recommences after that brief lull as they meet in the centre once more. We've seen more SVTs come down from the sky above for Barton. And the Seeking guy's been preparing all of his forces. The Ostroup and somehow escape there. And again,
Exactly. We've even got General Patrick in chat.
Oh,
Hell of a brave Dutchie who took on Ricky Rifle and expensive runner with me once. Paid the ultimate price on North Kharkov. But a brave guy indeed.
destroys the cover
yeah,
from the
this
Panzer IV.
MG42 stolen with 2 extra machine guns.
Yeah,
These
he's
two
got a
VPs
machine
are
gun of
pretty
every
locked
type
down.
now. He's got the MG42, the Maxim, and the Dushka. So he's got a little bit of everything, one of every animal, not too shabby on his MG Noah's Ark. And he's also, again, building, that's it, the very soon to die T-70. Let's get on board with this little fella.
Hey, hello, little fella. How's it going? Are you enjoying your life? Oh, a lovely little tank.
And we, of course, are all talking about the Talamines that awaits. There's one there. I think there might be another one somewhere.
Or even if he just drives behind his own Maxim, go kaboom. Doesn't have a sweeper, the Sparta's still
Oh, no. Asking for
So,
disaster, really.
top level players, and these can still happen, so it just shows you.
But Barnes still doing the same things he was doing that won him. He was never a pretty player. He just played with a crap ton of AT guns and had really good micro. That was how he won his SNF 6 in 2014. To win the Alienware laptop he allegedly still plays on to this very day, by the way. Oh, Ziskun's find the Panzer IV. Can we see an epic triple overshot?
That
Apparently
gave a
not.
laptop, though.
Yeah.
What, so he still plays on Alienware and what else?
That he won into from a tournament a long time ago.
Ah, okay, nice. Playing with the hand that fed him.
Indeed, yeah. Indeed.
Ooh,
Back when
GG
the
Mortar
CoH
though from
tournaments were
Seeking.
with sponsors. You know, it's pathetic. Like, sponsors will fund the community when it's really low on playership and the games just come out. But when it's actually really strong and there's loads of viewers, fake news. Bundle nade's not fake news, though. That's very
Noise.
real. A
has
sponsored
an
death
F
from our Third Reich. Bundle technology with Pritt stick and sellotape there. Oh, the overshoots from the Ziskuns. One last
What
shot.
is this game?
Oh.
That's how you outdo a mortar. Just get 3 Zisguns and firing unison. Still no sweeper from Barden though. T-70 dancing with its life around those tellers. But that is disgusting, Matt. Did you see how far this barrage is going?
Oh, it was brutal, yeah. I mean, they added cost to them, didn't they? I mean, it is 35 munitions now, but it's still...
It was hardly breaking the bank in the lake.
No, he's got loads
The
left.
Soviets.
He's still got enough for his IL-2 Sturmovik rocket run as well, so he's looking fine. A 3 Zisgun combination. It's rocking it. And the other one, by the way, is just chilling in the north. 2's enough for him, it would seem.
Yep.
Ostrupen spotting for him, looking to march in. But of course, there's a machine gun around every corner. All 3 are firing right now in different avenues of fire, leaving this Ostrupen a very tricky double machine gun retreat path. Gun him down like the dogs they are. There we go.
It's interesting. On the roads, they don't get red cover on this map.
No, there's no red cover in the new
Quite
maps,
like
it would
that.
seem. But Panzer IV's in red territory, nearly dying to the Ziskuns. They don't seem to put red cover in maps anymore, eh? It's really weird.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it can be overly punishing. I remember Phil Shanker just evil when coming back from the mid.
Oh, yeah.
But as good at maps as they are, it's just nice to see a bit
T-70
of
just
variety.
died to the
Oh,
Talamine, as we thought. I heard a judder and an explosion off screen there. It was indeed the T-70 finding the teller.
just insta-builds another one.
Why not?
Screw sweepers, just build another T-70.
Well, that's his meta. He's got the tanks for the anti-tank and the T-70 for the anti-inf. As long as he's swept all the tellers now, which he hasn't, by the way. There is another one, and I can guarantee you the second T-70 will die to the teller. Well, that third T-70, Ed, that will be the king T-70, just like against Von Ivan in Game 1 today.
The first 2 prototypes are just there to, you know, range in the enemy. They're zeroing in. But Vet 1 already on the mortar, the GG mortar. Got to keep an eye on that. Most key unit in the world for Austin now. And he hasn't even gone for Battle Phase 3, so this could get ugly for Seeking.
Could indeed.
There's no shame in getting a Panzerwerfer in a 1v1.
No shame. Panzerwerfer's the call right now. I would completely agree with that. He's up against 3 MGs and 3 anti-tank guns. You got to be joking me. That's
Oh!
has it hit the teller? It has indeed.
Yeah, nearly takes out
Oh,
an MG with
God.
it, but Barton will
There he is.
never build a sweeper, it seems. And he lost a pioneer to flag panzer up in the north a few minutes ago, so he's only got one combat engineer without a sweeper. This has got to be a meme.
Oh, the Panzerfaller has been snared by the conscripts. The Ziskuns could get it. One more shot required. However, he just gets past the veil of danger. Told you. Both T-70s down to 2 towers. It's the third T-70 you have to watch out for, and here it is. T-70 the third is back, just like he lost 2 T-70s to towers in Game 1 versus Von Ivan. He built a third, and it was the third T-70. That is so, so good.
Perfect time as well to unlock the sweeper with this now, so T-70 the third may have a long reign. Panzer Grenadier is going to feel the burn now. 34 kills on the Panzer Guns. Take a barrel seeking with that unit. Oof.
Oh yeah, look at that. 34 indeed, hiding in his own S-mine field as well in the south victory point. About to engage a triple cap yet again. And don't forget, Barton's on 105, which could drop very quickly. However, the Ostwind's gone in for a kill. Veterancy 2 on the Ziskun won't help out enough. There aren't any mines on retreat. Ostwind will escape. Meanwhile, Panzer Grenadiers turn to die, possibly. Only 3 Mosin-Nagants of the combat engineers could kill them, though. One shot hits and the other connects from the T-70. I do think the combat engineers would have actually gotten that kill.
Yeah,
the first shot hit.
Combat fires were thinking about it, but stolen their limelight away from the T-70. But this is a cheeky play here from Seeking, though. He's just gone for the triple cap, got it in slightly. Every time he can get that done, it's going to be so much work against the 70 VPs of Barton.
Oh, look at this as well. Look at this Ziskun. This could be a brutal barrage on the X-Team units. I'm surprised he's not done it, actually.
As much as Barton just wants to...
What happened to the Ostwind?
God knows. Died of a...
Oh, it did die to a mine. Yeah, there was a
malfunction.
mine up north, yeah. Sorry, I did not see that mine, guys, but I did curse it. Well said by LGM in chat there. Cursed Ostwind got
Tried to
taken
cap
out by...
a point. He thought he was Soviets with it. Couldn't cap. If the Ostwind loses it instead, that's a lot of anti-infantry power down the drain now for Seeking. But Barton, he needs to resist the temptation of base camp and...
Look at this on the base exit, the IL-2 strafe. Bit of BM there. A lot of units were caught up in the AoE of that as well.
Interesting strafe. But just to finish the point, Barton needs to just get one squad, one pioneer, anything, just to go north, get that triple cap in.
He can
It
really
caused
do with
such a headache to Seeking. Split his forces. His
He's also,
dwindling
by the way,
forces
destroying the hedgerow with 2 Ziskuns right now, just to open up the map a little bit for him. He's obviously got support weapons, so less hedgerow the better for him, and he's slowly changing it.
Well, due to this 3 Zisgun build, he wants that line of sight. Seeking's finally got the Battle Phase 3 tech, so he could go towards the Werfers now. But he needs a ground map to be able to utilize sector artillery. He has to cap some VPs in the mid here. It's got very well defended.
Indeed, he's got everything well defended right now. He's not overextending. It might be worth noting. I don't know. He's also planting his own mines up north as well.
And this brings back a painful quote in my memory of Lawrence de Vallalio of London Wasps, an old England player in rugby. He used to say, "Defense wins championships," and I think Barton is exacting that via this CoH series here.
I think Barton's style of defense, though, is exciting. That's one thing I like about it. It's not pretty. It's not, you know, really low, kind of the really high preservation, low manpower, attrition, early retreats. That's what won Talisman GCS2. Now Barton loses crap tons and builds AT guns, and then anti-infantry light tanks. He keeps losing them. He doesn't care. He just carries on with the same strat that won him tournaments in 2014, and then again in 2016. He won one of the ESL Cups and one of the weeklies. He just keeps plodding on, and it's the same strat he's always used. But look at some of the veterancy he's got now. Look at that veterancy, Ed.
Stars are plenty. They're like very bright kids at primary school, you know, golden stars everywhere. But they need to. Here he goes. He's finally heard me. He's gonna get the triple cap going. He's got to chomp away at that 300 VP lead fast. T-70 meanwhile though takes a good hit in the snared engine, but with the Vet 2 combat pioneers, he'll be back up and ready in no time.
Seeking's going for a Brumbear. I am not liking this choice at all. A little bit one-dimensional there, in my opinion, because that is what you would expect to do in up against support weapons, but 3 of those support weapons are Veterancy 2 Zisguns. I can't see it being as good as he wants it to be, unfortunately for him. T-70's reversing away from the Vet 2, Panzer 4. He does take a big shot.
Doesn't unlock. It's trying to get it up to Vet 3, and then it has faster rate of fire, so it can be a real problem towards the T-70 then. But a lot of low HP squads with a Brumbar roaming his way onto the field. I don't know, man.
I'm not sure, Ed. I think against 3 Veterancy 2 Zisguns, the Brumbear's going to have a tough time. He's going to get them all to Veterancy 3 in no time. Don't forget that they nerfed the range. It's still really good in 2v2 because, to be honest, you've got enough cover to get in and get out. But on a 1v1 map, I'm not so sure. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, you know what unit's going to enable this Brumbar? A good old smoke from a mortar first.
That'd be lovely. That would be lovely.
In.
Also, this hedgerow is still an active
hedge,
S-mine. In Knights there. Yeah, nice big shot there from the Brumbear. Good, to be honest, that was good and much better than I expected. The hedgerow coming to his aid there.
Yeah, it looks like 2 squad.
Guess one of them.
Go down there, just one. Just one's his. No mines there from Barton. T-70 penning the Brumbar.
Yeah, he got Veterancy 2 off the Brumbear there.
Weird champ.
Hey, good shot from the Su-76 that's been built. Su-76 hype, another thing that can barrage, of course.
Not a great choice though. When you've got the RAM ability and IL-2 combo, I really think you should be getting the T-34 to maximize that. Down goes an Dushka crew, which Siki's going to try and take from under his nose.
Oh!
It's only Austria, but you may as well risk him.
He's also pushed forward in the Pack 40, which is blocked in. Brumbear's coming in to help out as well. T-70's in jeopardy. Dushka is taken out. Brumbear goes forward. The Su-76 watches on. One big shot goes in. Got the Vet 2 Zisgun wailing on him as well. Will the Su-76 finish the job? No, he misses and hits the abandoned Zisgun, but the other Zisgun takes him out.
Exactly what you predicted, Matt. Too many Zisguns. Not enough Brumbars. But did you see the BM of that Zisgun continuing his barrage to take out the pack crew?
Really? No way.
He didn't even. So he would have had another Zisgun shooting at that Brumbar the whole time, but he didn't even need it.
LAB. Cheeky LAB in the middle. Doesn't want to risk it, or will he? Oh, he misses with the overshot. This, by the way, is sector artillery, not light artillery barrage. Classic miscall by A, who gets by on just the most popular commanders and the knowledge that requires to know about those.
Yeah, it ain't quite a OP perimeter watch, but do the trick for a while.
We've just had a Zisgun taken out, by the way, but that still means he's got 3, so should be fine. One of which is Veterancy 3.
He'll live.
Yeah, he should be fine.
But 2 VPs for Seeking, despite all this craziness going on in the game.
Oh, he's going for a little recon cap, but there was a Faust waiting for him.
Yep. It wasn't even Vet 1, so he couldn't get the cap even if he wanted, but good play there from Seeking. Just keeping this VP control. Barton now UR into the VP. There's the urgency that we need to see. I don't know why he hasn't just been camping down with even a fresh squad of conscripts to lay in some green cover at that top VP map, because Seeking hasn't been there in about, if you saw a heat map, you know.
Yeah,
He's been there once in the last 10-15 minutes of the game.
Barton needs to play a little bit more tactically respectfully of his opponents a little bit. He got caught by a silly Faust there. He could have sent that T-70 north to cap, completely without issues if he wanted a recon cap. So just needs to get his wits about him. He's very confident in less than 50 victory points, Barton. As I say, he won all of his tournaments by playing in the Barton zone. He ekes it out, Ed. He builds this crazy army of AT guns, and he loves playing with less than 50 VPs. And I'm not saying that as a meme to hype it up, but that's just how he plays. So, yeah.
Remix of the 80s classic Danger Zone to Barton Zone.
Welcome to
Barton Zone. Yeah. Finally, conscripts in green cover laid it down. Should lay about 27 triple flare mines there just to make sure. But here comes the big bomb and a P4. Oh. So Seeking's been drawn north. Now's the time to go cap that south VP.
Exactly, Ed. He's got to be like Sun Tzu right now. If you attack, I retreat. When the enemy camps, I attack, and that's exactly what he needs to do. Keep fluid, keep like water. which is fluid. That analogy, I don't need to really go with it anymore, do I? Pack 40 comes into the centre. He smokes out Ed Hype in chat. There you go.
GG. That's the game-winning move right there.
Oh, and the Brumbear mixing in with the smoke.
Uncountable smoke. One pack gun though, having to carry this whole Austro army.
Tell you what though,
guns.
Barton's done it, Ed. He went south in the melee, in the confusion. He's gone south victory point and he's taken it just as the north one's capped. Tell you what, he's having a cracking late game.
It's the pendulum, Matt. It's the pendulum. You have to swing across when one gets taken in 1v1.
Brumbear's in peril. Look at the AT facing it. It does take out an MG, but at what cost? The cost of a second Brumbear.
I did see it in the build and I was going to ask you about it, but well, there it goes.
Same answer.
I don't know what was longer, the build time or the alive time of the.
Just had another unit die there, I believe. Maybe not actually, but 2 T-70s, one of which has
3 GG mortar now, Matt. Living the dream. Barton desperately needs to get Cap'n though. Potentially needs to make another Pioneer and Conscript just to have some Cap'n power.
just
more
chilling
squads
in
the
the
better against
centre.
Austrian.
He's got his hedgerows largely destroyed now. And
hey, we're also getting a Panzerwerfer now.
Hey, that'll help. If your first Brumbear fails, shame on me. If my second Brumbear fails, shame on me. But then I will Panzerwerf thee. Now that is a famous co-mantra. Possibly. Faustin, Pack 40.
Throw mantra here from the T-70.
Oh yes! Down. Max range there. And we've also got a bit more sector assault in the centre. Assault artillery rather, the bloody sector artillery finally get it right, and the AT guns roll back over it. They should be absolutely fine. Meanwhile, a battle in the north. We do have an S-mine patch as well. He's got to be careful about that.
There's no shame in the battle bunker as well for Seeking. He could lay down some bunkers in the South VP in the future, just to help keep that VP territory for 48 more points. I know it's the Barton zone, but still, he's got to be feeling it. Sweaty Gaming. Panzerwerfer ready to go. See his first barrage.
Yeah, let's see
a lot of targets to aim at, especially in that mid.
He's rocked and loaded.
It's quite far on the front line though. T-70 could have got adventurous there, but gets smacked in the schnoz right from that pack gun.
Bet 3 MG42 will pin the Ostrupen in no time. Maybe that's a good target for the Panzerwerfer. Let's have a look. Possibly not.
Meanwhile, triple cap for Barton. He's finally got it off. Oh, the Vet 3 mortar crew got wiped. So it's back to basic boys here. Oh well. Can still smoke though. Feels good.
Dushka found out in the north, trying to keep the victory point, but Panzer IV has other ideas for him. Meanwhile, back in the south, the conscripts with those SVT rifles and 6 kills are pushing away the pioneers. In the centre, we've got that Vet 3 stolen MG42 6-man squad. Oh god, I used to GG when that happened. If I lost my MG42 to conscripts back in the early days of Coming Heroes 2, I was like, GG, bye.
Yeah, it's like my resolve when the ISP kicks in and all your units are just lagging out for 20 seconds. That thing now just makes me so despondent to go, but I've got to say, Barton's resolve, holy god. If we had this resolve, Matt, in our 1v1s, I think we would be a lot higher in the ladders. He just doesn't know when to quit, and fair play to him.
I think we used to have theories about him just saying that he loved this territory. He likes to make you, like, psychologically break you down and mess you up. Yeah. You know, he has been playing properly, but the build order he accumulates with the veteran CAT guns and the machine guns, it only really gets really good in the late game, and that's what we're seeing here. Also a Vet 2 SU-76 nearly dying to the Pack 40, and the Faust from the Ostrupen.
Just makes you realise during this
tournament.
And
here's the first barrage on those. It's going to be the Vet 3 AT gun surely, but it's missing everything, cutting a silhouette like Bob Ross through the landscape at the moment. 1 T-70 taken down, and the Panzer IV's coming here. Is Seeking going to finish the game off there? 2 T-70s show themselves as available for destruction. And
that's 3 pops on the P4 as well, Matt. Extra rate of fire. You could take out 2 T-70s here.
Watch the mines on retreat.
Rage is off into the north with Blitzkrieg. wants to fight another day. He does not want to use that King P4 at the moment.
No,
Well
he
played
does
on
not.
getting it to vet 3, but yeah, I know he's saying but Barton might be like a sadomasochist for the early game and let his opponents get a whomping VP lead on him, but you gotta say it was aggressive, great early gameplay from Seeking as well.
Oh, amazing, yeah.
Worth it, no kills, Matt. May as well have just doubled up
Oh,
with the mortar.
totally not worth it.
Oh, there's the door.
It's taxi for Matt. Taxi for Matt, anybody? I didn't order a taxi, no, we did.
Oh!
Yes. What a
Did you
barrage.
see that? Oh,
I did.
35 munitions of Soviet pride.
Ostrupen gone in the blink of an eye.
Yeah. Goodbye. Oh, the old smoke and poke in the mid though. So Seeking is really trying to utilize this mortar. Fair play. It's rare you get to see this in a 1v1, so maybe it took a 2v2 champ to come over to show people.
Yeah, but that 2v2 champ and the younger man and with arguably the more practice hours recently and should have the better and more tactile micro is currently getting bullied in the late game in the Barton zone. Triple cap is about to initiate, which would well and truly see Seeking having to go to a deciding ace game against Barton in round 2 of the upper bracket.
I think Barton just has like a hidden passive, you know? It's not like Team Rocket. It's just this tilting ability that he has. Like, when you lock in this character, plus 25% to tilt the opponent on any game. Look at these assist powers.
Oh, it's brutal.
Ooh.
How many kills do these Ziskans have? Look at that. This one's okay. He's only got 2 infantry kills, but I reckon the others, like, yeah, he's got 8. So that's pretty good. And he is an AT gun. Here comes the Verfa. Will he make up for it? Not really. And I'm on the
Hinged, but no dice. Two T-70s chomping around. Another SC-76 build. It's just US-style production of the Soviet. They can just churn out these vehicles. Whilst he's got the 2 3-star Zis guns to back him up, you know. Such a potent combo for Barton.
We are going to check out some of the efficiencies on Barton's vehicles as well. I bet his T-70s are like actually over 100% efficient, even though he's built 4 of them and lost 5 of them, sorry, and lost 3 of them. So, yeah, it's just the value of the T-70 for the Soviets. Check that out actually. Let me make sure.
He does need some chase though. He's got the time now to go for a tier 4, get some T-34s out, and then he can chase this B4 into oblivion.
Yes,
and
indeed.
ram it and IL2, you know, skill playing it. So I just think that's what he's missing. But it's almost like Barton doesn't even want to commit to any kind of chasing or any kind of punishment. He's just gonna let Seeking run into his tower defense mode.
I'm trying to think what Lovenest would do when he used to beat Barton. Lovenest was like the vanquisher of Barton in the ESL days and finally showed that Barton wasn't relevant anymore, and now all of a sudden in 2020 he's relevant. But let's not go there. I think Lovenest would just dominate him and never let up. Like, he just had utmost pressure.
Crush him like a cockroach early on before he reproduces into...
But with these cockroaches, you've got to crush them and then put them in a food bag, because obviously when you crush them, the microscopic eggs come out and then they'll make more cockroaches. So you've got to catch them on double-sided sticky tape. I've been in the here, Ed. You've got to catch them on double-sided sticky tape. Get yourself up Leeds Market and buy 5 rolls and then nuke your flat in double-sided sticky tape. I promise you. It's the only way to beat Barton, PL and Co2.
Claim it on insurance. And here comes the P4. It has not been hit by the Zis gun, so can't snare just yet, and misses the second time. That is so unlucky.
It is.
You could take the abandons out of Co2, but you can't reduce the RNG.
You should never do that. It is the game we all love, and we love it for a reason. As the Panzerwerfer comes in on the Dushka, might actually do something this time. Indeed it does. There you go. Panzerwerfer now with 10 kills.
Oh, Shadoodle. No, Barton! Barton, look away from the light, no!
What are you looking at, mate? What are you looking at? Oh, yeah.
He has traded his combat pioneers for the Dushka crew. Well...
Oh, there, yeah.
Yeah, on the eastern flank, so... Oh,
that's alright.
I don't know if that was worth, but whatever.
We have had a 4th Zis gun, by the way, Ed. Joining the fray. 4 Zis guns. He's got more Zis than infantry right now. And he's got the same if you count worker infantry, at least. And, oh dear, oh dear.
Dane would be in tears watching this game. Oh, double pack gun now for Seeking, so finally getting more.
They just can't balance the United States forces.
The T70 pushes on. The Pac-40 has it. Veteran C3. The Brumbear's looking for an epic attack round. Doesn't quite get it. The AoE can't finish off the job. Now it's the Pac-40's turn. Will he make it past the sight blocker? Yes, he will. Forcing the attack round. It's a guessing game now. Gets it! Oh, beautiful shot! But what was waiting was 2 Ziskuns. And now the Brumbear's turn. And the T70 marches forth like George Washington over the Mississippi with the Ziskuns in tow. And he's up against the Redcoats. And they're being pushed away on force. This is Barton of old, as he could now take out the Panzerwerfer. Where's the Ziskun army? Where's the horde of AT guns?
They're chilling, getting the idle units up. But there's so many units now for Barton. I think he's brain AFK'd half his army, but it doesn't even matter. He's got the triple cap off. 2 brave conscripts hold the north. And a T70 will just trigger, seeking now to death.
I'm loving chat. There's so many funny.
There's
so many funny comments, and there's SU-76 now who's destroying a Vet 3 Panzer 4. Who uses SU-76s anymore? It takes this old warrior of KO2's history to make it the new meta, allegedly, according to chat. As the Panzerwerfer goes too far forward. Does the Panzer 4 somehow survive? Yes, he's gone all the way north. Has to watch out for that cheeky ambient demo.
Panzerwerfer can't wipe anything, doesn't even drop a model of the Zisgun in the mid. Whilst the grand chase to the Vet Field P4 goes on, but nope. Would rather kill the Pirates instead.
SU-76 versus Brumbear. Meanwhile, now the Ziskun's turned on. The Panzer IV got caught up on a tree. Didn't calculate the pathing there and got punished. And Barton is in full pomp. Meanwhile, got a very important battle. MG Ostrupen versus Combat Engineers. Every VP counts as we've turned into an all-out melee. Everything's going down right now in this massive battle. 48 VPs versus 42. Barton versus Seeking Game 2 of the Master League Round 2.
Be a photo finish here in terms of VPs, but Barton just has the better economy at the moment, pumping out these Zerg-like T70s and SU-76s.
Speaking of which, I'm so surprised he hasn't seen that Brumbear. He doesn't quite have the spotting. The T70 might spot him now. Let's get on Barton's field of view if we can. Thank you. There it is. Brumbear's just past it. Oh, there it is. Brumbear's now going to find an angle. There's the Fog of War in action for you. Oh, he eats a big shot from the Vet 3 SU-76 with a better rate of fire. He reloads an ultra quick time but does not penetrate. Meanwhile, the Vet 3 Zisgun is still alive, Ed, and the SU-76 finishes the job. Here comes the Stug. Here comes the Stug. Finishes the T-70. Now might take out the SU-76.
It's a one-man Dingerschütz. Counter-offensive.
Last slithers of health. Fighting over the last piece of cake. Oh, it bounces.
Neo.
Bounces off the Stug.
Wow. What a finish.
Gets him. He gets him. He gets him with this Zisgun that was hiding in the south. I didn't even anticipate that, but of course there's a Zisgun around every corner. The Werfer throws in some rockets, but Seeking is forced to throw in the towel. GG, well played. What a comeback by Barton PL. There we go, and what a bloody game that was. That was SNF Barton. I saw Loveness type in chat. That was indeed the old boy is back with an epic comeback.
I'll put a hat on and tip my hat to Barton there, because the resolve he showed, he deserves it. What a comeback, man. He never quit. Got triple Zisgun just as he liked it against Von Ivan. And Seeking is, oh my god, he's got to be tilted to another universe at the moment. So how he can come back from that mind game of a second game, I don't know. In game 3, Seeking's going to be back probably on the Allies again due to the VP.
Yeah,
lead.
it's very possible.
So he may be able to turbo stomp him with the old Brit meta, but I don't know. Barton is still got a bag of tricks, man, and full of surprises. Gotta love him.
Go ask Loveness in chat. Loveness, you defeated this Barton, the Mega Barton that was like dominating in 2014 and had a resurgence in ESL. He's back. We don't know how it happened, but Barton from 2014 is now in 2020. You're the only man that holds the keys to defeating Barton. Please tell us, how is it done? How do we stop this Mega Zerg-like Ziscun power creep 59-minute wombo combo? How is it possible? We need to know.
Yeah, get me the hell out of here. Tag Loveness in for the comments. Unveil all the Barton secrets. But I just think there with that patience and poise to go into the late game and just know, right, will this kid who's just come from the 2v2 world, like is fresh on the scene of 1v1, will he be able to secure that late game and keep his cool? And just showed Seeker was left a bit wanting in that department there. Something to maybe work on in the future, but he does scrim a hell of a lot, so I'm sure he'll find himself